Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Monday, the 26th of February. Police say dealing to gang patches will help in more ways than one. Legislation is soon to be introduced to Parliament banning gang insignia in public places, enabling police to issue dispersal notices and allowing courts to issue non-consorting orders. It's due to be enforced by the end of the year. Police Commissioner Andrew Costa says gangs trade on the fear created by the patch to cover violence and organised crime.
We also know that reputation is how they recruit in their communities. So there's a range of things there that addressing the patch will assist with.
Survivors and loved ones of those who died in the Whakaari White Island disaster are getting the chance to share how the tragedy affected them. 6 parties are being sentenced over the next 2 weeks, with victim impact statements being shared from today. 22 people were killed and 25 injured in the 2019 disaster. WorkSafe prosecutor Christy McDonald KC says it left families shattered and loved ones suffer an unimaginable emotional pain.
They continue to suffer the effects today and will do so for the rest of their lives.
Ginny Anderson will apologise to Mark Mitchell on Wednesday over controversial comments she made on the Mike Hosking breakfast last week. The Labour police spokesperson accused the police minister of being paid to kill people when he was a defence contractor in East Africa and the Middle East. Mitchell says he hasn't knowingly killed anyone. Anderson told Mike Hosking this morning she wants to say sorry to listeners who were offended and to Mike Hosking, and she will apologise to Mitchell when they appear together on the show this week.
It was absolutely unacceptable to personally attack Mark. I took the tone down and I'm sorry for that.
Trade Minister Todd McClay is expected to be in a good position to make progress for New Zealand at this week's World Trade Organisation meeting in Abu Dhabi. Export NZ's Josh Tan says McClay has previous experience as Trade Minister and has laid the groundwork ahead of the meeting.
Just before Christmas, he went over to Geneva, he went over to India, so I think he's going to be able to, again, just create more opportunities for relationships.
About 145 staff who immigrated from South America have been fired or made redundant from Labour recruiter BuildHub, according to a new Liquidator report into the company. The company owes $2.2 million in liabilities, including over $1 million in debt to Inland Revenue. There are concerns the latest Western airstrikes on Houthi rebels in Yemen over the weekend could lead to a bigger conflict. Foreign Affairs analyst Daniel L. Davis told Mike Hosking the biggest concern is a war extending beyond the Gaza Strip.
One of the reasons why the U.S. finally appears to be putting some pressure politically and diplomatically on Israel to at least enact this 6-month pause in the fighting to get the hostages back, because that will lower the tensions.
To sport, Julian David and Sarah Tetzlaff have become the first New Zealand climbers selected for an Olympics. The pair will head to Paris to compete in the speed discipline. World Rugby is urging patience with the use of smart mouthguards to measure possible concussions after criticism from both hemispheres via the Super and Six Nations competitions at the weekend. And Liverpool have beaten Chelsea 1-0 to win football's League Cup. Skipper Virgil van Dijk headed home the winner with 2 minutes left in extra time after the scores were locked at 0-0 throughout. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.